establishes transgender identity, and unlocks new dialogue options in future conversations. Go for it. We live in a free country. Dress up as a werewolf. Dress up as an attack helicopter. It's your right to do that. But guess what? It's also my right to tell you it's gross. Non-binary, I just said. And I'm going to use they instead of she from now on. It's not real. And nobody gives a shit what your pronouns are. Hey guys, did you hear? The most insufferable people on earth all got together and made a video game. The people that call us hateful, the people that call us homophobes, the people who think that they have cornered the market on morality despite being completely immoral themselves have made a video game. The people who mutilate children, the people who feed drugs to children to change their gender are lecturing you. The people with the largest percentage of pedophiles are lecturing you and I on morality, and they made a game. So guys, these people have taken the beloved Dragon Age games. You've got the creative director of the Dragon Age games who was formerly a man and couldn't make it as a man, so he turned himself into a woman. These people have taken the beloved Dragon Age games and they have taken their modern moment and what they happen to be dealing with in 2021, and they have narcissistically and selfishly projected themselves into a game in the most brazen and disgusting fashion possible. And I can't wait to get into the game here. So in Dragon Age the Veilguard, this dialogue option lets you declare your character is trans. But guys, here's the problem: is trans is a mental illness. Being trans doesn't exist according to science. It's in your imagination. It doesn't exist. So guys, but what I want to do in this video is first I want to talk about the game itself, which is laughable and it is a joke. And guys, this is I want to say this is really a battleground game. You need to get on social media right now and you need to let's put the tombstone in this community once and for all. Let's dig the grave for this community and let's bury them once and for all, because this is the first high-profile AAA game that has gone fully woke, and we need to show them what we do with these games. We bury these games in the ground. So what I'm going to do in this video is first I want to talk about the game, and then I want to get into the reactions to the game, and then I want to talk about the reviews for the game. And there is a huge scandal involved in the reviews in this game, and I can't wait to talk about it. And I had to have Actman in here because he's a pussy. The dude's a pussy and he supports all of this stuff. Although I did see, funnily enough, he's not, even he himself cannot support this game. And I saw basically this guy responded to the Actman and said, "Why are you so afraid of saying it's because it's woke?" Exactly, dude. All of these woke liberal creators are so afraid of pissing off the woke mob. And we'll talk about this in a second. It's because of what happened to people like Maddie. Like Maddie has intentionally tried to ride the line, and he's even been more liberal on some stuff. And you get absolutely dragged and attacked on the internet. And so it's nice to see people like Legendary Drops here. Like, I feel like this dude is on the verge of being fully black-pilled, and I love what he said here, and I think it sums up the whole situation perfectly. He said, "This Dragon Age the Veilguard situation is the most mask-off attempt at scamming an audience I've ever seen. Legacy media is throating it." I would say legacy media is being bent over by this game right now. Legacy media is throating it, while historically positive creators and players are saying it's a dumpster fire. You effing absolute morons, you thought it would work. Guys, it's time to send them a message and show them we don't want this trash in our games. We just want good video games without political content. So guys, to get into it here, I want to show you two quick video clips that I think will tell you more about the game.
The cookies better.
Everyone likes the cookies better.
I'll eat the fruit. Thank you, Avatash.
Panahe done. I'll see you soon.
So, the Dragon Hunter has a softer side.
The Kun says you take care of people.
So, you're a little Kunari, a little Rivani, and a little dragon?
Yeah?
I get that.
Come on. I should tell my mother how Karash is doing.
It's really just insufferable dialogue. And we're going to go kind of more into the game in a second here. But this is Melanie Mack was talking about how this is a trope within the broken, disgusting homo community, is how there's always like a what she calls a big backed lesbian, and there's always like a little twink man who's their hype man. And it's really the reverse of how things are supposed to be. The man is supposed to be stronger, masculine, things like that, and the woman is in support of the man. But because these people's minds are depraved and they have to flip everything, the woman is the alpha, so to speak, and the man is the twink. But it's because these people are broken inside. Let's watch another clip. Now, this clip is from the creative director of this absolute abortion of a game, who was a man in 2020 and he became a woman in 2021. And let's just listen to this guy. Listen to this guy talk about his game.
It makes Tosh a really special companion for me. All right, yeah, I have to talk about the steamiest romances. All I can get, for me personally, I'll just speak for me personally, but at the culmination of the romance arcs, I'd have to say Tosh.
Gross. This is gross. It's gross when a man dresses up as a woman. It's gross. So look, we live in a free country. If you're a dude and you want to dress up as an ugly woman, go for it. We live in a free country. Dress up as a werewolf. Dress up as an attack helicopter. It's your right to do that. But guess what? It's also my right to tell you it's gross. We live in a free country. You can do this, but I can also tell you it's gross and it's depraved, and I'm not interested in any video game that you're making anymore. I pulled this up because we live in a free country and homeless men can poop on the street. But I'm also going to say that's gross. You can dress up as a woman. I'm going to say it's gross. A homeless man can poop on the street, and I can say it's gross. We live in a free country still. I mean, until they lock us up in jail for what we're saying. But guys, let's get into talking about the actual video game here. And this is exactly what we thought it was. This is exactly what we thought it was. So the dialogue here is, take a long, hard look in it, kid. It'll always show the face of a hero who can get it done. And the first dialogue option says, examine options related to scars. Choosing one will conclude the conversation. Scar options, gender identity options. I'm trying to live up to that. I look good. Enough reflection. Like this game is a trans simulator. This game is a I am broken inside and evil simulator. The next the next screen says, gives you the option to establishes transgender identity and unlocks new dialogue options in future conversations. Don't you love the definitiveness with which they say that? As if it's a thing. Like, guys, being trans is not a thing. It's not real, according to science, according to religion, according to anybody. It's not a thing. You just have an imaginary thought in your head. And guys, there was one more thing that I want to say here. It is absolutely abhorrent to discriminate against people for being Black, for being Asian, for being whatever nationality they are, because those are things that you are born with, that you can't change, that are unchangeable. But this person chose this. That's how it's different. That's why this is not a protected civil right, nor should it ever be a protected civil right. Just like being gay. You choose to be gay. You choose to be trans. I chose to be an attack helicopter. I chose to have my gender pronouns be your master or Big Daddy Mac or whatever. Those are things we choose. So discriminating against somebody for something that they cannot change is absolutely racist and unacceptable. But we are allowed to I'm allowed to say this is gross because this person was not born with this. They chose this. So let's get into some of the other dialogue options. So apparently, this is wild. The Kunari actually said in one of the games, "Why would women ever wish to be men? That makes no sense." And the game, and if this is real, I assume. I haven't deeply played the old Dragon Age games, but I assume this is real, and this is wild if this was actually a dialogue in the old game. So just a little more insufferable 2024 dialogue. one of the Kunari said at the table, non-binary, I just said, and I'm going to use they instead of she from now on. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm going to use Big Daddy Mac and Mac Daddy Whopper pronouns from now on. It's not real. You're making it up and you're stupid. And nobody gives a shit what your pronouns are. Dude, if I ever work at a company, I always know who the homos are at my work when it's the people who put pronouns in their bio. But if they ever enforce pronouns, I would tell them my pronouns are Big Daddy Mac and I must be referred to as such. More insufferable dialogue. Some of my friends in Minthrathus talk about not feeling comfortable in their own skin as a man, as a woman. Jeez. This would have never been in 2009. One of the good old Dragon Age games, this would have never been in one of these games. This is called we're projecting our stupid, retarded moment into a video game right now. And this Kotaku article, which is an absolute dumpster fire, I was making fun of earlier. In Dragon Age, option lets you declare your character is trans. Can I declare? Oh, guys, I'm not even gonna make fun of them anymore. These people are just stupid. Here's another funny dialogue option. You've chosen to encourage Tosh by focusing on the benefits of a multicultural background. Even though it's always like a team of like 200 gay dudes and 200 white trans people that are making this games, they like to talk about, oh, we're so multicultural here. And guys, the last thing that I want to say about the game itself is the actual original Kunari. So they've changed how the Kunari look. They actually used to be pretty badass. They looked like this. I mean, they were kind of similar to demons. And they made them look like this now. Like they look retarded. They really truly look retarded. But guys, on a more sinister note, and kind of this is what I always talk about, is do you wonder why the homos and the trans and all of the broken people picked the Kunari to represent them? And I think it's because it looks like Baphomet, and it looks like Satan, and it looks like a demon. And it's because these people are, Jesus talks in the Bible about they, them, and they are many. Sometimes demons, there'd be multiple demons inhabiting somebody. These people just have a demon, dude. These people are satanic and they have a demon in them. So all right, so that's enough that I wanted to talk about the game. Let's start talking about the reactions to the game. And I gotta say, props to freaking Maddie, because Maddie, look. What we're going to see here in a second is all of the legacy media, all of the trash, outdated legacy media is hyping this game, or a lot of them are, and most of the YouTubers are keeping it real. So Maddie is like, WTF happened, and the dude absolutely torches the game. And then you have these copium sucking people. I'm not going to respect the opinions of someone who broke their NDA and gave their phobic friend game footage to spread around in people's Twitter replies unsolicited. LMAO, fuck all the way off with that nonsense. See, guys, it's not because the game is bad. We talk about, hey, this game's terrible, nobody wants to play it, and they always say, oh, it's because you're phobic and you're hateful and And then he goes on, and honestly, I'm side-eyeing anyone who takes his review seriously. Knowing what he did, can we be serious? This dude clearly has some weird vendetta against the fail card. No, dude, it was just a trash game. And I got to give props to Skill Up. Usually this guy is a liberal cuck and a liberal shill, but in his video, he said, all the dialogue feels like HR is in the room. Which is like the most scathing critique to give to a video game. But guys, let's talk quickly about the reviews here. And so Shinobi, a woke Twitter account, was very happy to see all this stuff. So 5 out of 5 CGM. Does anybody know what CGM is? I had to Google it because they're so small. 5 out of 5 CGM, 5 out of 5 Eurogamer, Xbox era. Xbox era is a very small website. So there's a lot of like unknown, unheard of websites that are giving it 10 out of 10. But as you dig a little bit deeper, and this is just, guys, this is just the tippity tip of the iceberg here. As you dig a little bit deeper, you will see that all of these websites are leftist in ideology. So CGM, when you look them up, they gave Life is Strange Double Exposure 9.5 out of 10. So it's clearly a bunch of gay, homo, broken dudes that are running this website. So Eurogamer, CGM, Eurogamer is a known leftist website. They talked about transphobic abuse. And then Polygon is, of course, a known leftist website. They said, Dragon Age the Veilguard is the friend group simulator we've been waiting for. Get by with a little help from your friends. Yeah, guys, y'all are going to be judged one day for these comments, and I'm sorry about that. So, but yeah, so as we're talking about the reviews here, isn't it so interesting? All of these people who gave it a perfect score. And then digging a little deeper, isn't this wild that IGN gave Dragon Age the Veilguard a higher score than Black Myth Wukong? And I happen to know that they also gave freaking Witcher 3 a 9 back in 2015. Like, dude, apparently Dragon Age the Veilguard is just a complete dumpster fire. And imagine giving it the same score that you gave The Witcher. Like, come on, guys. And even Dreamcast guy is getting in on it, and he's not down with this game, as is Skill Up. So a couple people have been pointing something very funny going on with the reviews. All of these supposed 5 out of 5 and 10 out of 10 reviews have similar ways of phrasing. The Veilguard is a triumphant return to form and is without a doubt a return to form. The Veilguard is a return to form. The Veilguard is a return to form. A triumphant return to form. Return to form. Return to form. Guys, what we're going to see, I'll get to it in a second here, but what we're about to see is the mind meld and the mind control that's going on. It's like, are they maybe sending out pre-written scripts for these people and just buying them off? Are they just buying off these review sites and they just dump an opinion in? So sadly, the issue with the reviews even goes deeper than this. And we see this guy, Fextra Life, has a video that's going viral right now called The Truth About Dragon Age Veilguard Reviews. And I'll just sum this video up for you quickly. Him and Luke Stevens and several other people were flown out to an event by BioWare to play the game live, where they were able to play the game for a couple hours. And Fextra Life gave a very honest review. It's not necessarily down on the game or anything. He said, new gameplay reaction. Wait, it's good. Dragon Age the Veilguard, new gameplay and info. Combat looks good. He has tempered criticism about the game. He's not like all in, oh, this game is amazing, but he's not absolutely dunking on it either. And wouldn't you know, him, Luke Stevens, straight people, and people critical of the game, and many others suddenly were not getting review codes. Interesting. Why would they do that? And then we have this chick, Natalia, in Spain, and I didn't bother to translate this, but basically she posed as a transgender person, and she was able to get a review code from BioWare. They sent her one because she was pretending to be trans. And so, guys, what this exposes here is, if you were critical of the game at all, they're saying you're not going to get a review code. But if you hype the game, you are going to get a review code. And so what happens on the day of is that all of the people, because see, Fextra Life and Luke Stevens cannot post an official review in good conscience when they haven't fully played the game, because they take this seriously. So what you have in this situation is you have outlets that got review codes immediately posting their reviews the day of. But the problem with this, and the scandal behind all of this, is that EA and BioWare have handpicked all of these people because they previously showed a preference to this game. Either they're gay, they're broken, they're trans, or whatever, and they liked the game. So they said, hey, I like the game. I like what I've seen. I will write a good review of it. And EA is like, here you go. You get a review code. So on the day of course, everybody, according to all of the big reviews, everybody loves it. Everybody is just loving it out here. And then all of legitimately huge YouTubers are not getting codes at all. And so, guys, this explains why there's this appearance, this fake appearance of good reviews for this game. But guys, as we all know, so this is just an example of the media. And my final example here, I want to get into with something that happened to Endymion. But what you need to know here is that the media is now in lockstep against you. They are pro-trans, they're pro-evil, they're pro-brokenness, and they're taking their mask off now, guys. They're not even pretending to hide it anymore. All of these companies are shilling for the LGBT agenda. They're shilling for BioWare. And the only place you can get any honesty right now, of course, as always, is on YouTube, is YouTubers who have nothing to lose. But all of these legacy companies are shilling hard for EA, and they're bought off by the process I just described, where they'll give them a preview of the game. They see who likes the game. They see, hey, are you going to write a good review of our game? Here you go. You get a review code. And then on launch day, it's all 10s or it's all 9s across the board. And so, guys, it's incredibly evil, but these people are evil to their core. And so something I kind of want to end here that just shows the absolute shilling of the entire industry and is the most indicting here was Endymion said this recently. I talked to an Ubisoft insider about the current state of the industry, as well as another source, which tells me places like CD Projekt Red and even Funcom, which is making Dune Awakening, are in dire trouble. And yes, we are officially in a game crash. Michael Nowakowski says back, seems we live in times where anyone can record complete nonsense and make a story out of it. CDPR, talent leaving, we have the lowest rotation of people in recent years. DEI-driven recruitment, we hire based on merit and talent alone. Just as we make games driven by artistic vision alone. Why did we choose UE? Because it enables us to work on our games more efficiently and we remain cutting-edge tech-wise. Go back to this sentence. We hire based on merit and talent alone. John Trent, what's this? Oh, your website. And on the website, they go into intentional, specific detail about how they do not hire based on talent. They hire based on you being gay. They hire based on you being a woman. They hire specifically based on diversity and inclusion. So these two things cannot be possible. We hire based on merit and talent alone, or we hire you because you're gay, black, lesbian, homo, whatever. They can't both be true. Those are opposite things. And so this Michael Nowakowski has gotten absolutely dragged on the internet. But that's not even what I want to talk about here. What I want to talk about is how this CDPR cut and paste response was used as a mouthpiece to spread to the access media, to spread to the legacy media masses. So guys, don't think that they're not watching what's going on YouTube. They're all watching, and then they speak as one voice. All of these depraved, evil individuals speak as one voice every time. Witcher in Cyberpunk CEO addresses bogus claim. Witcher in Cyberpunk CEO addresses bogus claim. CDPR boss hits back at diversity conspiracies. Witcher in Cyberpunk CEO addresses bogus claim. CD Projekt Red CEO rubbishes claim that diversity hires are ruining the studio. Guys, these people have been caught red-handed. I actually thought about starting a blog or at least a website recently, but I know that I would get thrown in with these people with this clickbait garbage. And I love this one in particular. This is what they always say. They always say, oh, it's a conspiracy, diversity conspiracists. It's not a conspiracy, dude. Go on the website. Look at it. Go look at my Ubisoft interview where they've intentionally been hiring you if you're gay, black, woman, whatever. they are not hiring based on talent anymore. They are hiring you because you're gay, because you're black, because you're broken, because you're trans. That is why they hire you. And that is why, just to have my grand moment here at the end, that is why we got this game. We got this horrible, horrible game, just like with Ubisoft, because of discriminatory hiring practices, because they're hiring underqualified people, because they're gay, because they're black, because they're a woman. And this is why the industry has gone down the tubes the past 10 to 20 years. It used to be 95% men, mostly straight men working on games. Now the industry is full of gay men, full of women, full of trans people, full of effeminate pussy men. And so Endymion caught this guy red-handed. He said, "We only hire on merit." And then John Trent, or whatever his name is, pulled up the website and said, your website says you specifically do not hire on merit. You hire based on skin color. So guys, we've caught them red-handed here. The mask is off. And to see all of these media conglomerates sending out the message as one voice, the mask is off. They've been caught. So I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.